A critical look at Bellingham Mayor Seth Fleetwood's tenure. Is this the leadership we need? Before we jump in, it's essential to note that the aim here isn't to unjustly criticize Mayor Seth Fleetwood, but rather to engage in a constructive dialogue about the kind of leadership Bellingham deserves. Criticism is an essential part of a thriving democracy, and it helps us hold our elected officials accountable. The points discussed are aimed to help you make a more informed decision about who should be steering the ship that is Bellingham, Washington. The housing crisis, unfulfilled promises, minimal action. The escalating housing crisis in Bellingham is something that can't be ignored any longer. When it comes to affordable housing, Fleetwood's actions, or perhaps we should say inactions, have been nothing short of disappointing. Sure, efforts to increase zoning for higher density housing are a step in the right direction, but they're simply not enough. Such changes will take years, if not decades, to bring any real relief to the residents of Bellingham. We need bold, transformative action, not incremental adjustments. People are struggling today, and they can't wait for solutions that may or may not come in the distant future. Public safety, a missed opportunity for genuine engagement. Another cornerstone of effective governance is public safety. If people don't feel safe in their community, every other initiative or project becomes secondary. Seth Fleetwood has missed crucial opportunities to engage with the community on matters of policing and overall public safety. We're living in times when the need for police reform is increasingly becoming a rallying cry across the nation. The failure to effectively address such an essential issue demonstrates a lack of touch with the community's actual needs. Transparency or lack thereof, who's listening? Transparency is not just a word to be thrown around in election campaigns. It is a practice that should define the way a city is governed. On this front, Fleetwood has left much to be desired. Decisions seem to be made behind closed doors, and public consultation often feels like an afterthought. This lack of transparency isn't just frustrating, it undermines the community's trust in the leadership. If the people of Bellingham feel like their voices aren't heard or don't matter, we're looking at a leadership deficit that won't be easy to overcome. Leadership style, divisive or inclusive? The true test of a leader is their ability to bring people together, foster community spirit, and encourage open dialogue. Unfortunately, Mayor Fleetwood's tenure has been marked by a leadership style that is more divisive than inclusive. The limited public engagement, unilateral decision-making, and a failure to prioritize community needs all point toward a leadership style that is not what Bellingham needs at this critical juncture. So what's next, Bellingham? The ultimate decision lies in the hands of the residents. The points raised here aren't just criticisms, they're calls to action for everyone who cares about Bellingham's future. As you prepare to cast your next vote, remember that leadership is not about maintaining the status quo, but about exceeding expectations and meeting challenges head-on. Bellingham deserves a mayor who sees housing, public safety, and transparency as essential threads that make up the city's social fabric, not as mere talking points in a campaign. It's time for a change, and that change starts with an informed electorate willing to hold its leaders accountable. It's not just about who's sitting in the mayor's office, it's about the collective journey of a city that's full of potential. Bellingham deserves better, and it starts with you demanding better. So when the next election rolls around, remember, you have the power to choose a leader who truly listens and acts. Don't settle for anything less.